A group of line dancers in South Wales have been doing their bit to keep troops warm during the cold Afghan nights. Tina Selby and her friends have knitted over 4,000 hats for troops in Afghanistan. James Banks reports.
In the small seaside resort of Penarth, just outside Cardiff, Tina Selby has for the last 12 months been leading a campaign to knit woolly hats for troops on tour in Afghanistan.
I used to send out boxes to the troops, morale boosting boxes, and I thought, oh, why not send a hat? And then I thought, why not send a whole box of hats? And it sort of escalated from there, really. People are desperate to knit because they want to help, they want to show support.
The idea soon caught on, and she's now sent woolly hats of all shapes and sizes to deployed troops from across the armed forces.
We have all sorts of different designs and what have you. It's whatever people fancy to knit. And to be honest, as long as a little bit of stretchy, a little bit of give, it'll fit all sizes. And there's so many hats, different shapes and sizes, I'm sure they can all swap them around and decide whatever they fancy.
When Tina realised that she needed an army of knitters to help her with the demand, she knew she didn't have far to look. And before long, she'd recruited a willing band of volunteers from her local line dancing class. Captain James Burnett was sent one of Tina's hats last year whilst deployed on Op Herrick 13.
I couldn't thank them enough. Them sitting at home, taking the time to knit hats for the guys who really appreciate it, keeping them warm. With Herrick 15 just around the corner and the temperatures are going to start dropping, there's no better time to redo it. And when they look as good as this, keep knitting. The guys appreciate it. Thanks very much.
But James isn't alone in his praise for the ladies of Penarth. And Tina is frequently sent photos and letters from the lucky recipients of the hats.
It's lovely to see the boys wearing them and for them to know that we're thinking about them.
Wonderful, really good. Didn't realise that my knitting could come to some use.
My mother did the knitting in the Second Big War, so carrying on a bit of a tradition, I suppose, really.
Tina's campaign has now caught the imagination of knitters throughout the UK. Whilst the headquarters of her operation will always be here in South Wales, she regularly receives hats and donations from an ever-increasing number of new recruits. What started off as a campaign to knit 500 woolly hats for Welsh soldiers has over the last 12 months gone from strength to strength. Tina and her army of knitters have now made over 4,000 woolly hats, keeping many a soldier's head warm on a cold Afghan night. James Banks, Forces News, South Wales.